In this video, I design and print my first working parts assembly. Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a very special box of die-cast cars that I received in a special mail-in from friend of the channel, Norm Humphrey, who was among my very first supporters, going back 5 years now. Norm was very ill with brain cancer and has since passed away, but he sent me this box of old castings to restore, along with a very encouraging handwritten note. I keep them in this special box, and I've been working my way through them. This 1:64 scale Hot Wheels 59 Chevy Impala is my entry to the August Four Horsemen Invitational on the theme of low riders. I invite you to visit the YouTube channels of my Four Horsemen colleagues. Links to all of those are in the description. And we welcome this month's guest horseman, Charles Diecast Garage. Looking ahead, you can see our fall lineup of themes, and you have my invitation to join in with us. You don't need to have a social media presence, we just need a good glamour shot to include your work in a recap video. More information about that at the end of this one. Once secured in the bench vise, I use a 6mm drill bit to go through the rivets. Once the glass is popped out, I can more closely see a blemish on the driver's side. I'm hoping that's not too deep. I've got a white plastic interior, plastic chassis with original plastic wheels. This part's going to go under the knife pretty soon. I'll save these for later, but there's definitely a wheels upgrade coming. As I begin the paint stripping process on this one, I can tell you that the Impala is a full-size car built by Chevrolet for model years 1958 to 85, 94 to 96, and from 2000 to 2020. It was Chevrolet's popular flagship passenger car and was among the best-selling American-made automobiles in the U.S. As part of a GM economy move, the 1959 second-generation Impala was designed to share body shelves with lower-end Buicks, Oldsmobiles, and Pontiacs, using a new X-frame chassis. The roofline was 3 inches lower, bodies were 2 inches wider, the wheelbase was 1.5 inches longer, and curb weight increased. Flattened tailfins protruded outward rather than upward. The taillights were a large teardrop design at each side, and 2 slim, wide, non-functional front air intake scoops were added just above the grille. Mine's all primed up now, and I'll let that cure in my dehydrator that I only use here in the hobby room. Kicking off the fall season here at Maple Leaf Customs, you'll be able to see these offerings that I've selected to go on my build calendar. Carefully begun work on each one of these. I hope you'll be a regular returnee to my channel. Hit that like button and the notification bell, of course, so you don't miss a thing. With any die-cast casting that has this many miles on it, the glass is often a project all its own. This is one of those soft plastic ones that makes it very hard to clear up without leaving a little bit of haze. But I'm doing my best graduating the fine grits from 600 right up to 12,000 on this one. The last step is a dip into some Pledge Revive for protection and durability. And a double tap for good luck. Customized Impalas come in every color of the rainbow. I'm going with a bright red on mine. Using a Gaahleri GHAD 68 airbrush with a 0.5mm nozzle, I apply a mist coat first, followed by a saturation or top coat. Today's community shoutout goes to the YouTube channel Guru Diecast in Mexico. Follow the link I've left in the description to see lots of custom lowriders. Lowriders aren't just about the paint, although that's paramount. It's also about the lift kit. Using Tinkercad, an open source program online, I designed a working hydraulic suspension lift kit, which I then printed on my Elegoo Saturn 4 Ultra resin printer. It's a simple ball and socket joint that I made. This will replace the middle part of the Hot Wheels plastic chassis and give me movement in all directions. YouTube customizers provide dozens of other ways to make a working suspension that don't require a 3D printer, but I haven't seen anyone else do this ball and socket assembly. Let's hope it works. The Hot Wheels interior had really oversized front and rear dashboards. And I can't do much about that, but I can give a replacement steering wheel that looks a little more authentic, highlighted in red to match the body. I leave the rest white for contrast. The picture of the Impala that I put on the Four Horsemen thumbnail had an intriguing looking design which I've tried to replicate. Before I apply those in decal form, I need to lay down these ghost white decals because of the deep red body color. This will help the color ones to show up well on top. Here's my inspiration pick and my own creation of a flower pattern. Each one of those I found, resized, and applied one by one to make my own pattern. That took a long time. Now they can go on top of the cured ghost white decals. I'll leave the filigrees in white. They look good on the red body color. I'm pretty happy with how that's working out. The side panels each go on in one long piece. I have to get them exactly on top of the underlying white layer. Takes a little bit of jiggling. Best to do this while they're still wet. Right. Back into the dehydrator for a spell, and then 2 coats of clear. I cut away the middle section of the plastic chassis, but I do need the front grille and the rear bumper. Both of them get reaffixed using a resin pen. The refurbished glass goes back in. I trimmed away the front of that used to hold down the original axles. The plastic interior will be held in place by the new 3D printed chassis. The front and rear axles can now be popped into place into the socket joints, and you'll see a brand new set of Samed white wall spoked wheels with real rubber for that low rider vibe. Let's have a closer look. The paint job is glistening under the lights now. That's the original front grille and rear bumper. And I guess the highlight of this one is the 3D printed hydraulic suspension kit that is working just right. It goes up and down, left and right, both front and back. All 16 points of a real full-size lowrider. This one is special because it was provided by my friend and fellow Canadian Norm in a box of his own castings with the wish that I restore and customize them. This is my take on the classic Impala lowrider. Custom decal work on that flower pattern, and my own design and printing of the suspension lift kit. Here it is posed in some of the classic positions. How low can you go? Big thanks again to Charles Diecast Garage for being our guest horseman this month. Be sure to check out his channel. There's a link in the description. If you follow this hashtag, you'll be able to watch all of the builds that were submitted. Join us for next month's JDM theme. Thanks for visiting my channel again today. Come on back soon and often. It's coffee time.